Welcome to our channel. We are Technic Force and we help grow your business online. Please hit the subscribe button to get more updates. New OpenAI Codex in ChatGPT. In this video, I'll be taking a quick look at Codex, OpenAI's new cloud-based software engineering agent, right off the bat. It's important to understand that this isn't meant to replace Cursor or Windsurf. It's a different kind of solution. I'll walk you through their blog post first and then we'll jump into some demos. Let's dive in. So, Codex can do everything from writing features to answering questions about your code bases, even fixing bugs or proposing pull requests. One of the great things with the platform is the way that it works is you're going to be able to integrate a GitHub repository. You can select the branch that you want to work off of, and then you can go and work with that agent in natural language. You can see which PRs are open, which are merged, as well as all of the difference in changes that are associated with each request. Codex is powered by Codex 1, which is a version of OpenAI's O3 model. In other words, this is derived from their most powerful model that they've released to date. This model is for software engineering and it was trained using reinforcement learning on real world coding tests. The way that the model was trained was to actually work almost as if it was a software engineer. To closely mirror human styles, PR references, adhere precisely to instructions. One thing to note is that they're going to be rolling this out first to ChatGPT Pro members, enterprise, as well as team users, with support for Plus and education users coming soon. Now, just to go through a couple different examples, the way that this works is you can assign coding tasks by typing the prompt and clicking code. Otherwise, you can just ask questions about your code base by simply asking. How this works is every time you kick off a new task, it's going to be processed independently in a separate, isolated, preloaded environment with your code base. You will have access to things like your environment variables and things like that. One thing to know with Codex is, as you might expect, it can read, edit files, it has access to the terminal to run all of the different commands, as well as all of the different test suites that you might have or tests that you might generate from Codex. One thing to note with task completion is that it can take anywhere from 1 to 30 minutes. This is definitely, like I mentioned, not something that's going to be compared to something like Cursor or Windsurf, where you're in the loop with the agentic IDE that you're working with. While these things can take several minutes, you can spin off multiple tasks at once. Say if you want to go and clean up different tasks with your repo, you can go ahead and ask for various things, and it will spin up in its own environment as if it was a separate engineer working on the code base. In terms of some of the practical aspects, once Codex completes the task, what will happen is it's actually going to commit the changes to the environment. And then Codex is going to provide verifiable evidence of its action through the citations of the terminal log and test the output. Similar to something like agent mode within something like Cursor or Windsurf, we're going to be able to actually see it run those terminal commands and get that output. You're going to have that the same confidence where you'll actually be able to run your test suite or be able to try and build the repo or whatever it is. The really great thing with this is you can even open up a pull request directly from Codex. That is really nice touch because one of the things with a lot of this AI generated code is, as I mentioned as part of their announcement, is more and more, especially at these AI labs, a lot of these traditional programmers are actually spending more and more time reviewing code instead of actually writing all of the code, where a lot of that is increasingly done by these AI systems. Next, another great consideration that they had with this is you can actually guide your different agents within an agent's MD. You can place this within the root of your repository, and these are going to be text files that are akin to a README, where you can inform Codex how to navigate your code base. If you've used something like Cursor, you might be familiar with something like Cursor rules, which effectively guides the agent's behavior depending on the task that you ask of it. And this is a similar concept. You can determine which commands to run for testing, how to best adhere your project standards, so on and so forth. Now, in terms of some benchmarks, Codex 1, this is state of the art in terms of SUI bench verified benchmarks. What's interesting with this is Codex 1 does perform quite well with fewer attempts, especially at the one shot range. As it goes over the number of different attempts, it does start to converge with O3 High, but mind you, both of these models are definitely state of the art. Basically, it's going to go through all of the different files and update all of the respective areas, just like you've likely seen in some of these other tools. Finally, one thing that I do want to mention is they did mention that this is going to be accessible within ChatGPT app. That is one thing, especially as they've mentioned in their videos within their blog post. Say you're on a call for something and you quickly have to check something on the repo app, or maybe you want to paste in a trace tag within Codex, it will go ahead and try to iron out what the potential issue is. Otherwise, that's pretty much it for today's video. I'm really curious to hear your thoughts, especially given the direction these coding agents are evolving in. See you in the next video. Introducing Radix AI, but it's done for you. No more prompt struggles. Get your work done and dusted in 60 seconds or less. Streamline your workflow and boost productivity. Radix pre-built AI workflows handle everything from content creation and marketing to data analysis and reporting. Simply choose your task, fill in a few details, and get instant professional results. 300 plus workflows cover nearly everything your business needs to do. Multitask flows, one click to done. No prompt, no problem. Our interactive AI gets you there just like an expert consultant. Craft your own workflows. Multilingual, work in any language. Designed for busy professionals who need AI that works without the hassle. Deep thinking AI models like GPT-4o Mini, GPT-4, Grok Beta AI, Grok 3, DeepSeek R1, and more. Custom workflows and limitless automation. So what are you waiting for? Get Rytix now. Just go to getrytix.in.